Hello friends, in this tutorial we're going to see the different methods of testing. First method is black box testing, then white box testing, and there is one more, gray box testing. Let's start with black box testing. Okay, what it is? For this testing, we don't need any knowledge of the interior workings of the application. Okay, and it is also known as functional testing. Let me describe these points in detail, but before that, uh, friends, I would like to tell you that what application we talking about here. I don't want that I'm explaining about this whole thing is related to the application, so you should know that what application exactly is. I'm not going to go in detail, but quickly I will show you the application example. Friends, there are two kinds of application. Okay, and there is one web application, browser application, and another one is window application. Let me show you one window application. Flight, can you see this? This is a window application. Okay, so this is not connected with the net or internet. Okay, we have downloaded or installed our QTP, and it get installed with the QTP. So just for an example, I'm showing you that this is a window application. And what is web application? Web application is, for example, open Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, write www.google.com, and that Google page gets open. That is our web or internet based application. Okay, so there are two kinds of applications. Okay, so let's start with black box testing. So it is also known as functional testing. Okay, and it is a software testing technique whereby the internal workings of the item being tested are not known by the tester. For example, in a black box test on a software design, the tester only knows the inputs and what the expected outcomes should be, and not how the program arrives at those outputs. The tester does not ever examine the programming code and does not need any further knowledge of the program other than its specification. Okay, that's it about the black box testing. And advantages and disadvantages. Yes, the advantages of this type of testing is the test is unbiased because the designer and the tester are independent of each other. Okay, and the tester does not need knowledge of any specific programming languages. Another advantage is the test is done from the point of view of the user, not the designer. Okay, and one more advantage is test cases can be designed as soon as the specifications are complete. On the other hand, the disadvantages of black box testing is the test can be redundant if the software designer has already run a test case. Okay, and one more disadvantage is the test cases are difficult to design, and testing every possible input stream is unrealistic because it would take a inordinate amount of time. Therefore, many program parts will go untested. For a complete software examination, both white box and black box tests are required. Okay, white box testing. What it is the detailed investigation of internal logic and structure of the code, and also called as glass testing, open box testing, structural and clear box testing. Okay, so white box testing, what it is a detailed investigation of internal logic and structure of the code. Okay, and in order to perform white box testing on an application, whether a web application or window application, the tester needs to possess knowledge of the internal working of the code. The tester needs to have a look inside the source code and find out which unit of the code is behaving inappropriately. Let's talk about the advantages. As the tester has knowledge of the source code, it becomes very easy to find out which type of data can help in testing the application effectively. So it helps in optimizing the code. Extra lines of code can be removed, which can bring in hidden defects. And there is one more advantage. Due to the tester's knowledge about the code, maximum coverage is attained during the test scenario writing only. And on contrary, the disadvantages are like due to the fact that a skilled tester is needed to perform white box testing, the costs are increased. Sometimes it is impossible to look into every corner to find out hidden errors that may create problems, as many paths will go untested. And also it is difficult to maintain white box testing as the use of specialized tools like code analyzers and debugging tools are required ones. So this is it for white box testing. Likewise, we will see what gray box testing is. Okay, gray box testing. Limited knowledge of the internal workings of an application is required. You do not need to go in detail about the workings of an application. A very limited knowledge will also be suffice. So gray box testing is a technique to test the application with limited knowledge of the internal workings of an application. In software testing, the term "the more you know the better" carries a lot of weight when testing an application. Mastering the domain of a system always gives the tester an edge over someone with limited domain knowledge. Unlike black box testing, where the tester only tests the application's user interface, in gray box testing, the tester has access to design documents and the database. Having this knowledge, the tester is able to better prepare test data and test scenarios when making the test plan. Okay, let's talk about box testing is also offered combined benefits of black box and white box testing wherever possible. And gray box testers don't rely on the source code. Instead, they rely on interface definition and functional specification. Based on the limited information available, a gray box tester can design excellent test scenarios, especially around communication protocols and data type handling. And last but not the least, the test is done from the point of view of the user and not the designer. Okay, so there are some disadvantages also about this gray box testing. Since the access to source code is not available, the ability to go over the code and test coverage is limited. The test can be redundant if the software designer has already run a test case. And also, testing every possible input stream is unrealistic because it would take an unreasonable amount of time. Therefore, many program paths will go untested. Okay, so friends, I've tried to draw some diagrams to give a clear picture, a clear comparison between all these three testing types. So hope you can see it properly. Okay, so first, black box testing. Can you see the diagram? The complete black box. That means you cannot see inside. That means internals not known. You cannot know what inside is. The second one is gray box testing. Okay, internals partially known. Okay, as the color is also gray, you can partially be able to see, and you will not get the complete information, but you will get some of the information. And if we talk about white box testing, the diagram itself defines that it's it also known as a glass testing. You can see everything, okay, inside. Whatever is inside you can see. So you have the whole knowledge what are the internal workings of the application. Okay, so I've made some points, like here are some points which differentiates all three from each other. Okay, let's start with the black box testing. The internal workings of an application are not required to be known. Okay, gray box testing, somewhat knowledge of the internal workings are known, and white box testing, tester has full knowledge of the internal workings of the application. Okay, come to the next point, second point, black box, also known as closed box testing, data driven functional testing. Gray box, another term for gray box testing is translucent testing, as the tester has limited knowledge of the insides of the application. White box testing, also known as clear box testing, structural testing, or code based testing. Third point, performed by end users and also by testers and developers. Gray box testing, performed by end users and also by testers and developers. White box testing, normally done by testers and developers. That's right. Fourth point, testing is based on external expectations and internal behavior of the application is unknown, as you're not able to see inside. Gray box testing is done on the basis of high level database diagrams and data flow diagrams. White box testing, internal workings are fully known and the tester can design test data accordingly. Black box is the least time consuming and exhaustive. Gray box testing, partly time consuming and exhaustive. White box testing, the most exhaustive and time consuming type of testing. So likewise there are two more points. So friends, I'm trying to get some easy language for you people so that you can get all these terms and can understand all these terms in an easy way. Hope you like this video. Okay, see you in next tutorial. Till then, take care.